Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about another important theorem, reciprocity theorem. Okay, consider the figures here, and one more important one is this reciprocity theorem applicable for only single voltage source network only. That means a network consists of only single voltage source. Consider here figure here. Network without energy sources. That means the network consists of resistors or some impedances. Here we are considering the purely resistive network. Here in one branch we apply some voltage source V1 and observe the response in another branch. Okay, this is one port, 1 dash. In this branch we are applying a voltage source V1 and we observe the response in another branch. And current flow in this branch is I2. Here the current flow in this branch is I1. Okay. Now consider this figure B. We are using same network. We are using same whatever here the network, resistive network. Here we are using same network. Only thing is interchange, exchange, excitation and response. Here the voltage source short circuited. Why? Because here the response in branch. This branch is here. This branch is here. Here voltage source is short circuited and current flow in this one is I1 dash. Here in second branch, this side connect one voltage source, that is a V2 dash. What reciprocity theorem says that when we choose the one network, that network is common here. When we interchange source and response or excitation and response, the current, this is the ratio in figure A, I2 by V1, output response by input, I2 by V1 is equal to, here also response, I1 dash by V2 dash. This ratio should be same, that is constant. Whatever may be the voltages here, this ratio is constant. I2 by V1 is equal to I1 dash by V2 dash. From that I2 by I1 dash is equal to V1 by V2 dash. From that you can I2 is equal to I1 dash is equal. Now consider the case if V2 dash is equal to V1. Suppose we are using same voltage here. Here 10 volts, here also 10 volts. Then substitute here V2 dash is equal to V1. Then you will get I2 is equal to I1 dash. That means same current flows here. If we interchange these two branches, but current flowing in this branch is same current flowing in this branch. If both are same, V1 is equal to V2 dash. Otherwise, if both are different, by using this one you can easily calculate. Suppose if both are different, V1 is different from V2 dash. How to find I1 dash? I1 dash is equal to V2 dash by V1 into I2 current. Suppose we require I2 current. I2 is equal to V1 by V2 dash into I1 dash current. That means by knowing the one branch current here, either it is I1 dash or it is a I2, we can easily find remaining current. Right? This can be explained with the help of simple problem. Our reciprocity theorem helps us to simplify the circuit analysis. Once again here what reciprocity theorem says that consider a network. Here consider in one branch we are applying some voltage source, single voltage source and observe the response. And we interchange both response here, right side left response connected to the left side. Similarly left side excitation is connected to the right side. Just we interchange these two branches. Then current, find the current. Here I2 current, here I1 dash current. Then the relation is I2 by I1 dash. I2 by I1 dash is equal to V1 by V2 dash always. That is the reciprocity theorem. This can be explained with the help of simple problem. Then we can easily understand what is the reciprocity theorem. How reciprocity theorem helps us to find out the current in one circuit to another circuit. Problem. Consider this problem here. Consider this problem. Here it is a voltage source, 20 volt voltage source. This is the network without energy sources, R1, R2, R3, R4. This is what we observe the current in second branch, that is called the response. Response in 2 ohms. Then by using some analysis, circuit analysis procedure, find out current flowing through 2 ohm resistor. Then how to find current flowing through 2 ohm resistor? Once you know the current in IB current, you can easily apply current divide rule. Then I2 is equal to IB into opposite resistor by total resistance. Then how to find IB? Again here applying current divide rule. You must know the I1 current. Then how to find I1 current? First I1 current is equal to V by R total. Total equivalent resistance between these nodes. Total I1 current, this is I1 current. In this point to this point, we have to find equivalent resistance. That is equal to V by, okay, come to the right hand side, left, right to left. These two are in parallel. R5 parallel to R4. Then there is only single resistor here. These two are in series plus R3. Again these two are in parallel to R2, and again these two are in series plus R1. Once again, how to find the equivalent resistance at these terminals from right side to left side. These two are in parallel. R5, R4 are parallel. R5, R4 parallel. Then there is only one resistor. Now these two are in series. Series means plus R. Then again these two are in parallel to R. Then again these two are in series plus R1. Then substitute values, you will get I1. I1 is equal to V is equal to 20 volt. 20 volt by R5 R4 parallel. 2 parallel to 2 plus R3. Again 2 parallel to R2. 3 ohm. Again series to 2. Then finally you get I1 is equal to I1 is equal to 20 by 3.5, 20 volt by 3.5 ohm is equal to 5.71 amperes. So I1 current is equal to 5.71 amperes. I1 is equal to 5.71 amperes. Okay. Once you know the I1 current, then find IB current. How to find IB current? Again apply current divide rule here. First of all simplify this network. Then after that opposite resistor by total resistor. Okay. Then find IA current. Then IA is equal to, these two are in parallel. Then again these two are in series. Then IA is equal to opposite resistor by total resistor. So that IA is equal to current I1 current into, okay, these three are in single resistor, these two parallel and series. Opposite resistor R4 parallel to R5 plus 2 plus R3. opposite resistor by total resistor. R4 parallel to R5 plus R3 plus R2, that is equal to, substitute values, I1 is equal to 5.71 into R4 parallel to 2 parallel to 2 plus R3 2 by 2 parallel to 2 plus R3 2 plus R2, that is equal to, IA is equal to 2.85 amperes. Then IA is equal to 2.85 amperes. Okay. Now IA is equal to 2.85. Once you know the I1, IA, IB is equal to I1 minus IA. From that, calculate IB is equal to I1 minus IA. That is equal to 5.71 minus 2.85. From that, IB is equal to 2.86. Now IB current is equal to 2.86 amperes. Once you know the IB current, I2 is equal to 2 by 2 plus 2 into I. From that, you can easily calculate I2 is equal to, response current is equal to IB into opposite resistor R4 by total resistor R4 plus R5. That is equal to 2.86 into 2 by 4. That is equal to 1.43. Now I2 is equal to 1.43. Now here the value response. Now the response current is equal to 1.43 amperes. Once again here, this is the fixed network here. This is the branch. In this branch, we are applying one voltage source, 20 volt voltage source. This is another branch. In this branch, you have to find the response. That means current flowing through this resistor. That is the response. After analyzing some normal analysis, we have to find it that current I2 is equal to 1.43 amperes. That is in figure A. In figure B, just interchange 20 volt source short circuit and 20 volt source connected to the second branch, and again analyze and find the current flowing in second branch. Okay. B, we'll place here volts. This is 2 ohms, R5, and again this is 2 ohm, R3, 3 ohm, and now voltage source is short circuit. Now current flowing in this one is I1 dash, and current entering here is I2 dash, and here voltage source is V2 dash. Here also apply the same procedure. First of all, find total current I2 dash. I2 dash. Then again, once you know the I2 dash, it will be some IA, IB. Once you know the IB, we can easily find I1 dash. That is the procedure. Figure B, then I2 dash is equal to V2 dash by total distance RT between this equivalent distance between these nodes, then that is equal to V2 dash by I2 dash is equal to V2 dash by, again here this is the source, this is the response. Now minimize in this direction. These two are in parallel. R1 parallel to R2, R1 parallel to R2, only one resistor, series with R3, and R3 parallel to R2, R3 parallel to R2, then again series with R4. And that is equal to V2 dash, and substitute values 20 by R1 parallel to R2, 2 parallel to 3 plus R3 2, again parallel to R2, R4, parallel to R4 2, and again parallel to R5, and again I2 dash is equal to, when we substitute value 6.19 amperes. I2 dash is equal to, here the current is 6.19 amperes. Once you know the I2 dash, now again, once you know the I2 dash, from that find out the IB current. Once you know the IB, you can easily find out I1 dash current. Now find IA, then IA is equal to, next find IA current. If the IA current is equal to, we know the I2 dash current, then IB current, find IB. Okay. Then IB current is equal to current I2 dash current into I2 dash current into opposite resistor, sorry, this is IA only. IA is equal to opposite resistor I2 dash into opposite resistor R1 parallel to R2 plus R3 these two are in parallel, R1 parallel to R2 plus R3. Then opposite resistor by total resistor R1 parallel to R2 plus R3 plus R4, that is equal to 6.19, R1 parallel to R2, 2 parallel to 3 plus R3 2 by 2 parallel to 3 plus 2 plus R4 2, that is equal to that value is equal to around 38 amperes. That value is equal to 2.38 amperes. Again. Once you know the IA, I2 dash minus IA, that is equal to 6.19 minus 2.6.19 2.38. Now IB is equal to, here observe here, IB, this is I2 dash, this is IA. Already we calculated IA is equal to 2.38 amperes. From that IB is equal to 3.81 amperes. Now observe here IA, current IA is equal to 2.38 amperes. Once you know the IA current, find out I1 dash current. Apply current divide rule. Now I1 dash, apply current divide rule. Some IA into opposite resistor R1 by total resistor R1 plus R2. That is equal to IA 2.38 into 2 by 5. That is equal to 1.4. So I1 dash is equal to 1.4. Now current flowing this branch is 1.43 amperes. Okay. This current is same as I2 current in figure A. This is the reciprocity theorem. What reciprocity theorem says that in figure A, 20 volt voltage source connected here. Now we have to find out the current in R5 resistor, that is the response. That value I2 is equal to 1.43 amperes. Now we interchange these two. Now here the source connected response side and here the voltage source short circuited. And again find I1 dash current. Now here the final conclusion is, if we interchange source and response or excitation and response, you will get the same current. Here the conclusion here it is, previously I2 current is equal to 1.43 amperes. Now here I1 dash current also 1.43 amperes. Now coming to the ratio, what reciprocity theorem says that this ratio should be same. I2 by I1 dash, I2 by I1 dash is equal to V1 by V2 dash, and I2 by V1 is equal to I1 dash by V2 dash. Here V1 is equal to V2 dash, V1 is equal to V2 dash, then you will get I1 dash is equal to I2. Okay, this is the verification of reciprocity theorem. Then what is the main advantage of reciprocity theorem? We know that by using circuit theorems, you can simplify the procedure. Okay, here we consider the another example. In another example, we have to directly find out the current flowing to the any branch. Consider that example, then we can easily understand the application of reciprocity theorem. How reciprocity theorem helps us to minimize the procedure. Consider here
Okay.
consider this circuit diagram. In figure A, this is the 20 volt source V1. This is the excitation. This is the response. For 20 volts, remaining 4 resistors are fixed. R1, R2, R3, R4. These are all the fixed network. And this is the response. Again, response consists 1 resistor, 2 ohm resistor, and we observed the current. Already we calculated that current is equal to 1.43 amperes. Now consider the figure B. In figure B, this network is fixed. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. This network is fixed. Here, voltage source is replaced with response side, this branch, and here the voltage source is short circuit. Just we exchange response here, response branch here, and excitation branch here. Excitation branch 20 volt source connected at the response side. Here excitation is replaced, voltage source replaced with short circuit. Again, then the problem is find out I1 dash. An important observation is here V2 dash is 10 volt. These two are not at same. Whereas in previous problem both are same. But here in this problem, here V2 dash is equal to 10 volts. Now in this case, then how to find I1 dash? What is normal procedure? Again we have to minimize the network and find current, apply divide rule, and again it will take a certain time to calculate I1 dash. By using the reciprocity theorem principle, what reciprocity theorem? Reciprocity theorem says that I2 by I1 dash is equal to V1 by V2 dash. Then we require I1 dash. We know the V2 dash value, V2 dash, V1, then I2. We know everything these three. By using this reciprocity principle, we can easily calculate I1 dash is equal to 0.715 amp directly. No need to again simplify the network and apply current divider, etc. By applying the reciprocity theorem, here the condition is the circuit consists of single voltage source. This source may be same or different. Here in this problem is different. And one more condition is this network is same. R1, R2, R3, R4. This network is same in figure B also. Now in this case, I1 dash directly find out by using this one, V2 dash by V1 into I2. That is equal to 0.71 amperes directly. And the conclusion is reciprocity theorem states that current I2 by V1 is equal to I1 dash by V2 dash, that is equal to constant. Okay, here we applied different voltage sources. I2 1.43 by V1 20. Here I1 dash 0.715 by 20, that is equal to same. The constant should be same. I2 by V1 is equal to I1 dash by V2 dash. Reciprocity theorem mainly used for such type of networks. Observe the networks, figure A, figure B. Here 20 volt source, all are resistive networks. Here same resistive network. Here this excitation connected to the right side. Here the value is 10 volts, not 20 volt. If 20 volts, directly we can say that I1 dash also 1.43 amperes. Here V2 dash is equal to 10 volts, not V1. V2 dash not equal to V1. Now how to calculate I1 dash? Using normal procedure, it takes a certain time. By applying reciprocity theorem, we can directly calculate I1 dash by using this procedure. Like that, this reciprocity theorem simplifies our analysis so that it will reduce the time. We can easily find I1 dash. And one more important observation is this reciprocity theorem is applicable only if a circuit consists of single voltage source. Right? Then again, if the voltage source is exchanged, excitation and response, if both are exchanged, then current flowing through this branch and this branch is related to I2 by I1 dash is equal to V1 by V2 dash. Thank you.